All right, TNE fans, this month we have for you Joanne and Jonathan, and she's going to talk to us. They're both going to talk to us about her weight loss journey and all the different things that she had to go through in the process. So, first off, let me say thank you to you both for taking the time out to meet with us and talk to our listeners today.
Not a problem.
Not a problem. Thank you for
Taking the time for this.
for allowing us to share a great story. I do believe that it's a great story that we're expecting at the moment, and I hope that it becomes a blessing to many people out there that might be struggling with the same issues that Joanne was struggling with during her time of obesity and depression and oppression and all these kind of infirmities and diseases.
Yes, and speaking on that, Joanne, what opened your eyes to want at the age of 45, 2 years ago, make a difference that you no longer wanted to be a victim of depression, obesity, diabetes, asthma, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, which also caused you to have numerous knee surgeries, being a size 16 at only the height of 4'11, weighing 194 pounds. What made you want to make a difference?
I was tired of being overweight. I was tired of being depressed. I just wanted to make that change and just make a difference. But it was on a personal level, not knowing later on that later that I would encourage influence on others.
That's that's wonderful. Now, let me also ask you this: being a woman that works in entertainment travel, that's a full time job and has numerous hours and 40 to 60 hours sometimes a week. How do you find the time to work out?
I made the time because I needed to do it for me. If nobody was going to do anything, it was going to be me. So I had to do it for myself. And that's where I made the decision to take the time out of my busy schedule to get in the best shape possible and get out of this depression, the slump, just everything I was going through. I needed to make that time for me. And at 45, I was like, I've had it. I need to make that change, and I got to start with me.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, what was the first step that you did to get in shape?
Meeting Jonathan, who just by chance we met through a mutual friend. I was already making that decision. I wanted to start working out, and the fact that he had that he's a trainer, and I was like, well, I want to make that change, and hopefully you can help me with this change and make my life better and get me through this rut that I was in because I've tried trainers before. I've done working out, and it at that time it just I don't think I was ready mentally, physically, and in my heart. I don't think I was ready for any of this until that day that I was like, I need to make that change for me.
So the first step really was like a mental step. So it was a mental step that you had to take within yourself to say, you know what, I want better for myself. I'm gonna change my paradigm. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make better life decisions. Okay, so Jonathan, what was going on in your mind when you first met Joanna?
Um, I, I'm a very outgoing guy. I'm very easy to get along with, and I'm the type of person that if I meet someone genuine and someone that is gracious or someone who's genuinely trying or someone who's loving, and I see that they're in trouble. I want to bring out the best out of those people. Meeting Joanne was just that. I met a very pleasant, wonderful woman, a very friendly, very humble, and she was just a doll to be around with. And just that moment I had the opportunity to interact with her through a mutual friend of ours that we have. Um, she did find out that I was a personal trainer, but I did mention that I'm not just a personal trainer. I'm a health coach, and the reason why I use the word health coach is because I don't just train people. The way I approach the health business is body, mind, and spirit. So I noticed that she was very pleasant and nice, but when when she told me that she was looking for a change, it seemed like she really had hit rock bottom by then. I found out that she was struggling with asthma, struggling with depression, with anxiety, with fears, with phobias. She had multiple knee surgeries. She was obese, diabetes. The list continues and goes on. And meeting such a very nice person and pleasant to be around, who's not from the city that I'm from, which is Los Angeles, I really wanted to reach out to her and help her. So when she mentioned that it would be cool to have a training session with me, I more than welcomed the idea, so we exchanged phone numbers. And a month later, we got in contact, and that's when the journey began. And it has been quite a roller coaster, but quite an adventurous, pleasant journey to be around with such a wonderful woman like Joanne.
Now, let me ask you and Joanne this because, Jonathan, you are a trainer at Wildcard Boxing Gym, one of the gyms ran by Freddie Roach. How many days a week do you train, Joanne, and what is the routine and regimen that you guys normally do at the gym?
It's a good question, and the reason why I tell you that is because my approach is I don't do legs. I'm not the type of trainer that does leg days one day and then upper body the next day and then cardio day the following and something else on the fourth and something else on the fifth. I actually work out the whole body entirely from the lower body to the upper body, legs, arms, chest, core, cardio, stamina, endurance, flexibility. I work with the mind. They do all of that. Believe it or not, even the psychological aspect of the game is part of the regimen for us, where we take part of our time to give a little prayer of gratitude and do some meditation and focus not only on the nutrition and the diet from food, but also from the thinking, the psychological aspect of it. So we'll start Monday working out the whole body, Tuesday working out the whole body. But there are certain days from the week where we implement something fun, like good hiking in the hiking trails of Griffith Park, or going to the Wildcard Boxing Gym and get our cardio and our boxing right there, and doing some other cool, fun stuff. So we keep a very busy pace in our regimen and in our workout. And about 3 to 4, even to 5 days out of the week, go to the Wildcard. So we have two parts, conditioning and a aspect of the workout.
Okay, that's awesome. So it's like you mix it up, but you're still doing full body, which I've never, and I'm not in amazing shape, but I've never heard trainers say that. And like Joanne, I've gone to like a whole bunch of trainers, and they were all like, say, okay, well, Monday we're gonna work on your legs, Tuesday we're gonna do your arms, we'll do 15 minutes on the treadmill, then you get off, and we'll do this, we'll do that. So to hear like you getting out there, getting in nature, that's really cool. That's really awesome. So it's nice to know that there are trainers like you out there who are actually doing things that are fully helping people. Because one of the things that struck me when I saw Joanne in the parking lot of Wildcard, when I was there doing an interview with one of the professional boxers, her arms stopped me in the parking lot. I almost got in a car accident because her arms looked so good I couldn't even park my car. I had like followed the woman out the car like a creepster, like, oh my God, your arms look great. And she was just, like you said, had this wonderful spirit and was just like, yeah, let me introduce you to my trainer. And I see why she has so much passion about it, because I can really hear the genuine nature that you have about helping her health and wellness, and that you really care. And it makes sense that you have the spiritual connection, because it shows in her body. It shows that there's a spiritual connection there, because her body, it looks wholesomely like healthy and awakened. So that's amazing.
Yeah, you know what? Also, I wanted to add that you asked Joanne earlier about how she finds time. Believe it or not, all the workouts that I just mentioned, the intense pace of the daily regimen, it's from the strength conditioning to the boxing. It's really within an hour to under an hour. So I'm not taking all of your time. I'm taking a little bitsy portion of your day, of your time, of the day, to make something revolutionary happen. So that's usually the case with other people that I work with. The thing about Joanne is she's special. She not only does that aspect of the regimen, but she goes the extra mile and she'll do the other aspect of the regimen. And aside from that, she is also being a great influence in shaping other people from a very, very bad place of health to in the best shape of their lives, just like she got into the best shape of her life. And she is on a daily basis, she is connecting with people in best health on a daily, and people are getting revolutionary results because of the life and the presence and the coaching of Joanne on a daily basis. Just to add that on top of it.
So I guess that kind of goes into my next question, Joanne. Is that what motivates you to continue to go to the gym now that all the weight's off and all the body issues are gone? Is that what motivates you to keep going, that inspiration for people?
Yes, it does, because that feeling of giving back, because in the beginning, have in mind that I was hospitalized twice because of my diabetes. The second time I was hospitalized, I shouldn't be here. By the grace of God, He knew that He wasn't finished with me and that He wanted me to finish with this fitness journey so I can help out other people who are going through the same thing that I'm going through and are afraid to how do I take that step at this later age. Age isn't nothing but a number. You can do this at any age. It doesn't matter how young or how old. You have to have that willpower to want to do this for yourself. And that's what made me do this. And the impact that I made on other people is what keeps me going.
Now, Joanne, let me ask you this. Well, I know this, but because, the listeners, they don't know you personally yet. Can you and Jonathan just talk a little bit about your cultural background? Because I know a lot of times with us being people of color, a lot of our culture creates these bad habits with our eating that gives us diabetes and high blood pressure from the foods that we eat. So can you talk about how, from your culture, what are some of the foods that you ate over, the past years in your life that you kind of had to alter, and how that change of diet still stayed true to your culture?
Oh, exactly. I am of Filipino background, so with having that background, rice was a daily staple for me. Mm-hmm. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Yeah. I would eat rice with chicken, rice chicken, rice with pizza, rice with spaghetti. So that was, and we love to eat. It just, there was Filipino culture love to cook. Even though I live by myself, it's hard to cook, for one person. So when I cook, it lasts for a couple days. So, but I had to change all that because it was like those were holding me back with my weight, with my diabetes issues. And I had to completely cut a lot of the things to have that healthier eating and just everything. When Jonathan told me I had to quit eating rice, now you telling a Filipino to not eat rice?
Yeah. So Joanne, you said, what are some of the changes that you have to make in your diet to be able to go to family functions, and how do your family respond to these activities and the different changes in your diet that you've made these decisions, since every meal has always been with rice? How do you bring that up with your family at the 4th of July picnic or parties?
Like I said, my family's been very supportive through this journey. And they'll still go all out and cook everything like normal. But they respect my decision. If I don't eat like I used to, they totally have respect for that, because they see the change, how much better I look, how much happier, how much healthier I am. So they respect that. I do have a cheat day, and on my cheat day, I don't go all out. I still eat healthy, clean, but out to have those moments where I just want to eat something that I normally don't eat, but
No, Joanne, let me ask you,
like
is
I
it a
said, it's a
cheat
lot
day or is it a cheat meal?
a cheat day.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow, this is getting good. just, just
It's a
not.
cheat.
Okay.
It's a cheat meal. I don't have those cravings like I used to. I could go without the stuff I used to just eat like before. I mean, I seriously, I haven't craved eat that made me obese and
Mhm.
made me get the diabetes. I don't crave that. I Now that I've changed my eating habits, I crave healthy. I crave clean. I crave clean. So it's just a better decision to have that change, and my friends and family respect that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, how has Wild Card Gym changed your life and like your approach as working out? Because like to me as a woman, I think, and I could, and I'm not being a sexist or anything. So this is like my, preliminary speech. I think I can't box because I'm kind of dainty. Like, so I'm like, I'm thinking it's a violent sport. So I always consider myself as a lady. Maybe I should do yoga or Tai Chi. These are the like sports that are like pushed for us to get in shape. So when I see you looking in such amazing shape and you're doing a physical sport like boxing, which has predominantly been a male sport, how has going to a gym with all that different like testosterone energy change the way that you view working out?
Well, when women think of other females going to a boxing gym like that, it not necessarily means that I'm there to go boxing. The workout alone for boxing is what I'm there for. I'm not there to spar or to fight other people. The workout alone with the bag, the mitts, all that puts it helps a lot in the workout. I mean, it completes everything that I do at the gym, and it just helps. What do I want to say? It completes the regimen. So I
And
don't per se box, do the hands-on, fight with other people. I'm there for the actual, just the workout aspect
so
of
more
the
so you
getting the bag.
training, you're training to box, but you're not like when you go to like taekwondo, you come out a black belt, like you're prepared to kill everybody in the room. It's just like you physically, your body looks like you physically ready to go on a fight and go 12 rounds, but you don't necessarily ever get in the ring.
Exactly.
Okay, that's awesome. See, that to me makes more
The
sense.
only time, yeah.
And Jonathan, what advice would you have for like a woman like myself who wants to work out and get in the gym and doesn't want to like spar just like like Joanna? Like how do you get us like girly girls like into the gym regimen of boxing?
Well, first and foremost, I want to make something very clear. Uh, you have to find a genuine connection with a genuine health coach or a genuine trainer,
Okay.
because there's millions of people with that title next to their name, trainer, personal trainer, so and so, and you know you don't want to go with an average trainer. And I'm not talking about that they have to know the laws and the physics of training and this and that and be, on point with their textbook when it comes to health and fitness. No, you need to find a genuine heart-to-heart connection with a trainer, because when you find a trainer that genuinely cares for you, that genuinely goes the extra mile to check up on you and check up on what you're eating and check up on what you're nibbling on, or check up on your fears, your phobias, your struggles. When you have a trainer that can get into the details of who you are, a trainer that can be your friend, number one, then I believe you've already done most of the job, because you can easily say yes to any ordinary trainer and have no connection, because that trainer is completely inside of you who's struggling, but to find a trainer that genuinely appreciates you, who you are as a person, and genuinely wants to reach out and help you, and is in tune with your struggles and understands your struggles, and that trainer is going to lead you and guide you in the right path. And that's where you need to start. And any girl who might be struggling with her health or might be struggling with the fear of taking steps and the initiative to take that leap of faith to get into health and fitness. And as far as the boxing goes, if you want to do the boxing or you feel intimidated because the room is filled with testosterone and beating each other up, getting bloody and sweaty, and you don't really feel like you fit right there, you better hold yourself and stop yourself for a second. Because you're craving to maybe try out some boxing doesn't mean that you have to get bloodied up with someone else. That's not the way it works. As a matter of fact, I would encourage women to take on a challenging sport like boxing just for the exercise of it. Because the exercise alone, like Joanne was saying, really takes a hold of your body. It beats your body up so much. When you come out of there, you're feeling so good because it brought out the best out of you, kept you at a good pace. Not only that, but the environment of the Wild Card Boxing Gym in general is so inspirational to so many people who enter that room because everyone's getting ready in their own mind to conquer that mountain, that Goliath in their life, that giant, that dragon in their life that they're supposed to conquer and slay. And the wild card is metaphorically something like it. Everyone deals with that in life in general. So when you go to the wild card, you start getting little butterflies, you start getting a little nervous, you start getting a little insecure, but at the same time, you're excited because there's so many people that are genuinely there to change their lives and to bring out the best out of each other and to test themselves, to test their willpower, to test their faith, and to see how far they're willing to take it to conquer their fears. So anything that is hard, I encourage. I actually encourage. If it's too easy, don't try it. If it's too hard, and if it seems impossible, that's what I encourage any female or anybody to do. If it's not scary, it's not worth trying, in other words. So if it's
That's
not
awesome,
scary, it's not
Jonathan.
worth.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome,
if it's
Jonathan.
not scary, it's not worth trying. You want to be scared, and you got to be okay and comfortable being scared. You got to make fear your best friend because if you're constantly challenging and taking fears, then there's no flavor or meaning or purpose to life. So that's when you start finding yourself starting from the inside, and then it manifests in the outside. And that's what's happening with women and people like Joanne. They were dying a slow death because they were not being challenged, or they were not challenging themselves enough. They were not, taking on a challenge that scared them, where they were like, okay, this is scary, but I'm still willing to try it. I'm still willing to challenge myself. Not afraid of failure. Because in Joanne's case, she had hit rock bottom. She tried every personal trainer, that she knew of, and she even became friends with some of them, I'm sure. And I'm sure that they got along very well, and I'm sure that Joanne respected them as trainers, but Joanne was not getting the results that she was looking for. So, going back to the beginning, it really takes a special connection for you to get the results that you want. It takes a team effort. It takes teamwork. It's a support system. It's a team, whether it's just one or two, then you have already made it. And it's really all up to you. But like I said, the regimen is also psychological. It's not just physical. It's not just about working the body and exercising the body and showing up to the wild card and doing the boxing thing. No, it's overcoming the doubt and the fear of the mind. The mind is the battlefield to make the decision on a daily basis whether you're going to do the regimen or not, whether you're going to work on your affirmations and positive declarations about yourself, whether you're going to take part of your time to give yourself a prayer of gratitude to God for all the wonderful things that you have, have an attitude of gratitude, putting to silence the voices that say, no, you cannot do it, and start putting volume on the voices that say, all things are possible through Christ who gives you strength. So when you begin to approach your decision on a daily basis based on that, you will understand most of the battles. And you
Wow.
can do anything.
I think that that's amazing advice, Jonathan, and I think that that's going to really help and heal a lot of people. I'm so grateful to both of you for taking the time out to have this phone interview with me. Is there any last minute words of advice that you would like to give to our listeners before we go over and out today?
Yeah. I would like to let people know that to not give up, don't be discouraged, and don't have self-doubt because at age 40, I'm now 47, at 47, you can still do this. Age ain't nothing but a number because it's your decision to make that change and make that change for the better. And I'm so glad I did it. I I see life with clarity, and I'm healthy, and I am just loving life for doing what I did.
What I would say is, if it's not scary, it's not worth trying. I already said that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But recognize people that fear is just an illusion. Fear is just an illusion to keep you. Fear is not there in physical form. Fear is what causes the emotion to detach that of your actions, the emotional and the psychological aspect, which attaches the result. So it's a domino effect. Fear is just an illusion. I think that fear is just an illusion, and that the grass is actually greener on the other side. I promise you, you will never regret taking a leap of faith and confronting your fear and overcoming your fear, because you will find out that all this time, everything that you've ever wanted has been within reach. And the only reason why you were never able to obtain that you've been wanting, whether it's self-sufficient or something else, is only because you bought into the lie of fear, which is just an illusion. Because the Bible does say that God has plans for us, and there are plans to prosper and plans to succeed, to give us a future, a bright future, an abundant future, not to destroy us, not to condemn us, not to judge us. So if God be for us, if God is with us, if God is in our favor, God moves through the power of faith. And I'm talking about not a human faith, but a divine faith, a faith that can only be sparked in your heart. And the only one that is God. And if you can put your trust in God, you've already won the battle. Because then you can acknowledge that once you trust God, fear is just an illusion. And it shouldn't be the barrier that paralyzes you from you reaching your goal, from you reaching your dreams, from you reaching those results that you want for your environment and for your reality.
Yeah, so it's never too late to take that leap of faith.
That's awesome. So, Joanne, age is not a number. Jonathan, faith over fear. That's amazing. Now, Joanne, also tell them where can they follow your journey. Can you give them your social media information so they can follow your journey along with your continued weight loss and body sculpture? And what social media outlets can they see
Yeah,
this?
on Instagram, it's uh,
On Instagram, I'm under Jonathan Faith Saint Faith Bustamante. It's underscore. I'm sorry, Jonathan Saint underscore Bustamante. So it's really Jonathan Saint Bustamante,
Mm-hmm.
and I am under Jonathan Bustamante, which is JONATHAN Bustamante is Bustamante. And Jonathan Saint is just an ST period, and then Bustamante. And for Mrs. Sixay,
My Instagram is
Dave, girl.
hold on, I'm sorry.
We're too busy training. Forgive us.
I it's under
J
Bagel 510. So JBAY 510 is my Instagram. Or they can follow me on Facebook at Joanne 6A. It's JOANNE. Last name is 6A or 6I 6A TICSAY.
And they can also follow me on Facebook at Jonathan Bustamante.
Now, Jonathan, can they also reach out to you on Facebook and Instagram if they wanted to become a new client of yours if they're in the Los Angeles area?
Yes, and I would love to take some juicy cases. And I know it sounds a little funny, but these are juicy cases that really make an impact in other people's lives, like Joanne's case. So yeah, you're more than welcome. If you're struggling out there, if you feel like you hit rock bottom, if you feel like you've already tried everything and nothing works, come and talk to me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you for taking the time out. Listeners, also, if you are not following our social media, this is TNE Magazine. You can follow us on Facebook at TNE Magazine, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, TNE Mag. That's TNE MAG. And if you are not subscribing to our channel, please do so now. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can also read the full article on the blow by blow of how we feel about Joanne and Jonathan and our July issue. You can click all the links below. Everything that was mentioned will be in the links below. We'll see you next time, guys. Stay focused, stay happy, stay healthy.